Would you believe that smelling something strange, like burnt wires or metal, when no one else does, could be an early warning sign of dementia? It sounds far-fetched, maybe even exaggerated, right? But that's exactly what happened to my wife, and we paid an expensive price for brushing it off. According to the National Institute on Aging, loss of smell may appear up to 10 years before memory problems in people with dementia's disease. It's not just about losing the ability to smell food or flowers. It's about how your brain interprets reality. That's why ignoring phantom smells and dementia connections can be so dangerous. Hi, it's Vernon again. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through 5 strange smells that may silently predict dementia before memory loss, and how to recognize them early, before it's too late. I don't want anyone else to make the same mistake my wife and I did, underestimating an illness that was quietly stealing her mind. With over 20 years of experience in senior nutrition and wellness, I've done my personal project to dive into dementia. And in this video, I'll share what I've learned, in the hope it will protect someone you love. So before we begin, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. That small action may seem simple, but to me, it is telling that I'm doing something meaningful for the people who need it most. Smell number 1. The metallic warning. What if I told you that the first sign your brain is changing isn't something you forget, but something you smell? For my wife, it was a sharp metallic scent like burnt coins or wire. But no one else noticed a thing. According to Harvard Health, olfactory dysfunction and Alzheimer's can appear years before memory loss, and metallic smell dementia is among the earliest clues. The American Academy of Neurology reports that older adults who often detect phantom metallic or chemical smells are 48% more likely to face cognitive decline within 5 years. If this sounds familiar, here's how to support your brain. Eat an anti-inflammatory diet with wild salmon, leafy greens, and turmeric. Get 7-8 hours of sleep to help clear beta amyloid buildup linked to dementia. Try daily scent training. Inhale lemon, rose, clove, or eucalyptus for 15 seconds each, twice a day. That strange metallic or burnt smell could be one of the earliest silent warnings that your brain tries to tell you. So take a moment and be honest with yourself. Have you noticed it lately, even when no one else did? If so, try the above brain-supporting steps we discussed as soon as you can. Don't forget to come back and share your story in the comments. It might help someone else act before it's too late. Now, let's dive into the 5 common smells that could warn of early dementia in seniors. Smell number 2. Burning rubber or smoke. My friend, Jim, told me something strange over coffee a few months ago. He said, "Vernon, I keep smelling burnt rubber in my garage, even when nothing's running. I even replaced the wiring, but the smell is still there." At first, I thought maybe he was just stressed or imagining it. But the more he talked, the more I saw how much it bothered him. He said it made him feel uneasy, like something was wrong, but he couldn't explain it. Later, I urged him to bring it up with his doctor. Turns out, what he was experiencing had a name: phantosmia. According to the Mayo Clinic, phantom smells like burning rubber or smoke can be an early warning of changes in the brain, especially in the temporal lobe, where smell and memory are processed. In fact, a 2022 study by the National Institute on Aging found that seniors over 60 who often reported phantom burning smells were significantly more likely to develop cognitive decline within 5 years. If this rings a bell for you, here's how you can support your brain. Avoid toxins like cigarette smoke or synthetic sprays. Improve airflow in your home and use light essential oils like peppermint to stimulate your sense of smell gently. Ask your doctor about neurological screening or a smell test, especially if the issue repeats. So if you've smelled something burning when nothing's there, take it seriously. It could be your brain's early ask for help, and the sooner you act, the better your chances of protecting your mind. You've watched till now and might be thinking, well, that doesn't sound like me. But my friends, don't feel too confident just yet, because the next three smells are the most commonly overlooked by seniors who were later diagnosed with late-stage dementia. And chances are, one of them might already be haunting your nose without you realizing it. Smell number 3. Sweet or candy-like odors. This is one of the hardest signs to recognize, because sweet smells, like candy or syrup, feel so familiar, making most seniors see them as completely harmless. This exactly happens to Carol, my neighbor. She mentioned during a walk that she kept smelling something sweet, like cotton candy or syrup, even when she was outside with no food around. She thought maybe she was just craving sugar or imagining things. But just 6 months later, her memory began to noticeably decline. According to Harvard Health, unusual sweet smells that appear out of nowhere, often described as candy-like or overly perfumed, can signal smell changes in early-stage Alzheimer's. These aren't real scents, but rather false signals in the brain's olfactory pathway, usually caused by degeneration in the entorhinal cortex, one of the first areas hit by Alzheimer's. And here's what's concerning. A 2021 study published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that seniors who reported sweet phantom smells were nearly twice as likely to develop memory decline within 2 to 4 years, compared to those who didn't. It may sound harmless, even pleasant, but these scents could be your brain misfiring. If this sounds familiar, here's what you should do to protect your brain while there's still time. Reduce sugar intake to help stabilize insulin and reduce brain inflammation. Stimulate your sense of smell daily with real, natural scents: lavender, basil, citrus, rather than synthetic air fresheners. Get a full cognitive evaluation if sweet phantom smells persist for more than a week. Now, my friend, I guess you are starting to wonder if your brain might be trying to tell you something, right? Don't worry. Leave a comment below and tell me how often you've smelled it, where you were, and what time of day it happened. I'll personally read your story and tell you what steps you should take next. Early action will save your life. Don't wait. Smell number 4. Rotten food or garbage. Among all the phantom smells linked to dementia, the scent of rotten food or garbage might be the most unpleasant, but it's also one of the most valuable to notice early. The good news is, this sign is one of the easiest to recognize. Nearly 70% of older adults who experience phantom smells are able to report them accurately, according to research from the National Institute on Aging. That means this symptom gives you a real window of opportunity to act before memory loss progresses. These unpleasant odors often come from misfires in the olfactory bulb and temporal lobe, areas of the brain responsible for smell and memory. When they begin to break down, your brain may create false signals that feel disturbingly real, like spoiled meat, trash, or sewage. A study from Alzheimer's and Dementia found that older adults who frequently reported phantom rotten odors were significantly more likely to develop noticeable memory decline within 2 years. Here's how to respond if this sounds familiar. Keep a smell log. Write down the time, place, and how strong the smell was each time you noticed it. Avoid exposure to strong household chemicals or real food waste that might confuse your sense of smell. Ask your doctor for a smell test and a neurological exam, even if your memory still feels normal. Recognizing this small but powerful sign could give you extra time. Time to prepare, time to protect your independence, and time to get ahead of what's coming. So if something smells off, don't brush it aside. Trust your senses and stay with me, because the next smell we're about to explore is even more alarming: the musty scent of mold and what it could mean for your brain. Smell number 5. Musty or moldy odors. When your nose starts picking up mold, but no one else can, it may not be your home falling apart. It could be your brain's memory center silently breaking down. And the longer you ignore it, the faster the damage can spread. One of my VIP clients, George, told me he kept noticing a damp, moldy smell in their bedroom. He cleaned everything, changed filters, even replaced their air purifier. But the smell stayed, and soon after, his memory started slipping. This isn't rare. In a 2020 study published in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease, researchers found that over 61% of older adults who reported phantom musty odors showed early signs of hippocampal shrinkage on brain imaging, even if they had no obvious memory problems at the time. These findings suggest that smell-based symptoms can precede cognitive symptoms by several months, or even years. Studies in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease show that phantom musty or moldy odors may reflect early damage in the hippocampus, the brain's memory center. Experts believe this is caused by inflammation disrupting how we process smells linked to moisture and decay, like mildew or damp walls. Here's how to respond. Check whether others notice the same smell. If not, note where and when you do. Use natural scents like mint or lemon to retrain your sense of smell. Talk to a neurologist if the smell returns frequently without an obvious source. So if a musty smell keeps following you, even when the room is clean, don't ignore it. Write it down, talk to your doctor, and take it seriously, because sometimes what your nose notices first is what your brain needs help with most. Conclusion: phantom smells aren't just strange sensations. They're often your brain's earliest signal that something deeper is shifting. Changes in memory, inflammation, even the earliest signs of cognitive decline. Here's a quick recap of the 5 smells we've covered. A metallic or burnt wire scent could point to early olfactory dysfunction in Alzheimer's. Burning rubber or smoke may signal misfiring in the temporal lobe. A sweet, candy-like smell can seem harmless, but often precedes memory decline. Rotten food or garbage odors could reflect early hippocampal damage. Musty or moldy smells may signal inflammation in areas tied to memory and orientation. Each of these may seem small or random at first, but together they form a warning system your brain uses when words or thoughts haven't yet failed you. Don't wait for memory loss to take over before you act. If this video opens your eyes to something new, take time to like, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel. Sharing this with someone you love could be the simple act that protects their mind before it's too late. Noticing strange smells might be your first wake-up call, but it's rarely the only one. Subtle changes in behavior, decision-making, or mood often follow close behind, long before memory starts to fade. That's why I strongly recommend you watch my previous video named 5 Early Dementia Symptoms Seniors Over 60 Must Catch Before Memory Loss. You can find the link in the description below. It's Vernon. Thank you for staying with me until the end. Take care of your brain, and remember, early action is always better than late regret.